Hello and welcome to Superpower Broadcasting. I'm your host, Kevin Castley. Thank you for tuning in tonight. So, I wanted to do a follow up to the video that I put out a few days ago, talking about how the infamous Racebaiter Tariq Nasheed had exposed and mocked a white employee of a Holiday Inn for having a nervous breakdown as he was harassed by the King Karen, who happened to be black. And Tariq Nasheed racially coding the incident and hyping it up as as an attempt to mock and make this employee look like the bad guy, even though he was under a ton of stress. Well, guess what? Guess what? The people of the internet have risen up and stood in solidarity here with the employee of the Holiday Inn, and the public, according here to Travel Pulse, has donated over $100,000 to the young man. So, we'll take a look at the article. So this is Travel Pulse. The front desk worker at a Holiday Inn Express hit himself several times and then banged his head into a computer monitor when a man was apparently disputing something regarding his reservation. So that's a pretty accurate description of the events that unfolded. Is that how Tariq Nasheed broadcasted it out to well over 3.5 million people? No, he said that, oh, a white employee at a Holiday Inn. Ooh, and it's a black customer. Ooh, the white boy screwed up, basically, is how Tariq Nasheed was coding it. Well, guess what? I got news. You know who won? You know who won? It wasn't the King Karen. King Karen in that video is exposed as a loser for the rest of the time. People are going to be like, wait, aren't you the dude who mocked somebody having a nervous breakdown and uploaded it to the internet? And of course, Tariq Nasheed is basically going to be seen, and he already is seen essentially as a race baiting, uh, basically a race baiting parasite, right? I mean, because this is how he gets his attention and his views and everything is from this kind of hackery. So, continuing with the article, most people saw the incident on Twitter when it was shared by a journalist identified as Tariq Nasheed. Yeah, I mean, you could call him a journalist. I mean, that's a journalist. I mean, by that definition, Jimmy Dore is a journalist, whatever. An online personality who builds himself as the quote world's number one race baiter, unquote, in his Twitter bio. Well, that part's true. That part's true. Yeah. So Nasheed said in subsequent tweets that he was not the man harassing the hotel worker. Okay. Well, we went over that. Obviously, he's not the King Karen. I never claimed him to be the King Karen, by the way. I I think most of us understood that wasn't Tariq Nasheed. That was a random King Karen who was filming the incident unfold. No, you know why this is on Tariq Nasheed? Because Tariq Nasheed has a huge audience. Duh. If the King Karen had uploaded it, and what? He's probably like a 5 viewer Andy or whatever is the meme, then 5 or 20 people see it. Whatever. Who cares? But when Tariq Nasheed shares it and tweets that out for the world to see and says, "Oh, look at this white boy," basically. He screwed up and the black man complained about it. He had to racially code it. Well, guess what? You're basically culpable in this, just as the King Karen who filmed it. We already went over that. And I got to say, I'm very glad. I'm very glad here that the employee here won out at the end of this, because the internet rose up, stood in solidarity, and said, you know what? Here's a big F you to the race baiter Tariq. And here's a giant L to the King Karen here. Because guess what? You just got this dude $100,000. So big ups. Big ups to the guy behind the desk there. I mean, these guys tried to make him look like a joke or whatever. It's just classic projection. All that we saw were two clowns. There were three people in that video, and or not in that video, but in this saga, there were three key people. There was the man behind the desk, there was the King Karen, and there's the world's number one race baiter. There were three people. And we came out of this understanding we got 2 clowns and 1 hero. So, and that hero just netted himself $100,000. So big ups, big ups. So that's all I got for you today. That's a wholesome follow-up to what was a really honestly infuriating story, right? I mean, I don't usually cover this kind of stuff, right? I mean, we mostly do foreign policy at this show, right? We're the home of the Hawks. But, you know, sometimes you'll have such an asshole that you can't help but cover it. So, and the King Karen definitely worth exposing there, and Tariq Nasheed, of course, always deserving to be dunked on. So, thank you for watching, everybody. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.